Hey everybody, this is Branden Hill with Dental Nachos, aka Nacho Man with Dental Nachos. I'm really excited because it is Thursday, which is one of my favorite days of the week because it means I'm closer to Friday, which means that I'm closer to Saturday. I don't even know what day it is half the time. Doesn't mean what it used to mean before 2020. But I'm here with a really cool guy, Cory Pinegar, the CEO of CallForce. CallForce is like your total team assistant help build your practice, make life easy solution. And they've been helping many of the dentists and dental nachos already. But Cory's here. We're going to talk about a couple cool things that they're doing now that we know is really going to interest you. One of them is going to be fantasy football. Okay, I'm kidding. We're not really going to talk fantasy football. But and as an Eagles fan, I shouldn't talk football at all. But Cory, great to have you. Glad to have you here again. How is it? How is it in your world right now?
Oh, it's cold. Let's check the temperature if we can see it right now. Oh, yep, cold. Just
Still
pretty
cold, right?
Yep. Still
we like.
It's crazy.
Yeah, well, at least the sun is shining. We'll take anything that we can get. So tell me, what is new at CallForce? Tell me what you're doing. I know there's something you want to tell me about insurance verification. So we'd love to hear what CallForce is doing with that and how you can help dentists.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really interesting question to start off, Braden, just because I think that's a question that evolves for all owners over time. So it's not let alone to CallForce, but when you start your dental practice, when you start your first company, when you start your first side business, you're like, okay, if we can get here, this is what we want to do. And really, I think what's changed, to answer your question, Braden, is that our vision of what we can be doing has expanded and deepened, and we expect more of ourselves. And that doesn't mean we're perfectly executing on everything yet, or we're everywhere we want to be. But
Okay.
our vision is deep. Our vision of where we want to go is that we are your dental scheduling professional. That you don't send your after hours calls, you don't send your recare calls to CallForce because they do a mediocre job. You send those calls to CallForce in the future and now because CallForce is the best at scheduling overdue patients. CallForce is the best at scheduling unscheduled treatment.
That's such
CallForce
a
is the
good point.
best at putting new patients on your schedule. And that's why we want people going to us, because we're the experts and we've spent years refining that and millions of dollars.
That's such a good point. And I know, Dr. Nacho himself, Dr. Paul Goodman, has worked with you guys and has used you guys. And I've worked in many different industries, and a lot of times there's a third party who gets all the calls that like you said, the after hours calls or the calls that you don't really need your best people to handle. And this is totally different. What you've been doing with CallForce, and this is why you're so popular, is that you really are a full solution to help take care of these calls and take care of these patients and potential patients in the best way. You're the best solution for the office. So that's really cool. So now with this insurance verification, now give me in your words, what does ideal insurance verification look like?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And you actually kind of made me think as we were just pulling up Dr. Goodman's results here so
Okay.
that we can share that across the board as we do get started. Let's just look. Since I think Dr. Goodman's practice started on our recall service in October, and so far we have scheduled 50 overdue patients, and that's outside of the
Nice.
conversation today. But that's really what we want to be. People are going because there was gaps in the October
Right.
and the November schedule, and CallForce can help you fill that and get an amazing return on investment.
Sure, and I would encourage everybody to connect with Cory Pinegar and the CallForce team. I know Ariel is probably in the comments right now, and she's posting some information about how you can get in contact with CallForce for that service. So yeah, so with insurance verification, what does it look like, and what does it mean for the practice?
Yeah, I mean, ideal insurance verification, I think it's more in depth. Now, as we know, getting to Delta Dental on the phone is an absolute pain. There is 45-minute wait times. And if I called to verify 3 patients for the next day, the rep could say to me, okay, I've helped you with your 3 people. You'll have to call back in. I mean,
Right.
it is frankly a pain in the kindest way possible
Right.
to verify patients. And that's why typically we're just verifying eligibility, maybe an extensive form at the beginning of the year, and we're verifying new patients. But what we've really seen is that if we ideally do verifications how they should be done, and that does not make it easy or fun. But if
Right.
we do it that way, First of all, the patient has a better experience, and that's really important because the patient's coming in and you're not sending them a claim 3 months later saying, "Hey, sorry, your FMS was denied or your PANO was denied." But that you're walking in the door knowing what's their remaining maximum, what is their deductible, and exactly what are they eligible for what I need to know to take care of my patient to help them maximize their insurance benefits. Because if we're just walking into every hygiene appointment and we're doing our standard prophy and we are maybe doing bite wings every 2 years, are we really giving them the maximum that they're paying for with
Right.
their benefits? And then we're never having to have an conversation saying, hey, we do need you to pay this because it was denied.
I love that explanation. And, anytime, as a consumer, anytime you talk about patient experience, my ears tingle because, a lot of business people, even if, the funny thing is whatever business you have, we got to remember that every single person is a consumer 99% of the interactions that they have with businesses. It's only your business where you're the business person. 99% of the time, you're the consumer. But sometimes you get so caught up in doing your business that you forget what it feels like from the position of the consumer or the customer or the patient in this case. So anything that can make your customer or patient's life easier and go smoother is going to ultimately help you be more productive and make money. That's a rule that applies in every single industry and especially in dentistry. And am I right with this, Cory? Like, what does this mean for revenue for the practice?
Yeah, I mean, so that's the really interesting question, that if you walk in knowing everything that you are eligible to provide to the patient in layman's terms. What's interesting, and I was also sitting down with someone who's running an emerging DSO. I think he has 7 locations now, and we had lunch 2 days ago. And he spoke about how they're acquiring practices really quick. They could probably have, 15 in the next 2 months. But the interesting thing is, he said, eventually acquiring practices or dentistries like a monopoly board. Either you can own a ton of properties or you can own fewer properties and build houses and hotels
Right.
where you get higher fees for your services.
Right.
And so the important thing is, if we're actually truly taking care of these patients in their best interest and we're providing the services that they're eligible for, you're also going to have a higher production per visit on the hygiene and the treatment side, which is going to grow your practice naturally, even as you remain steady or slightly increase with new patients.
So this is a great lesson for everybody, especially people looking to increase their sales, their revenue in your practice. It's all about customer service. The customer, if you make it easy for the customer, if you make the customer feel important and known, if a patient can walk in and you already can give them the information that they don't have to wait, like Cory said, 3 months to get later down the road, the likelihood that they'll feel comfortable listening to you and getting the treatment that they really, really need anyway is going to go up. And that's going to mean more revenue for the practice. So if you know me, if you know Paul and Dental Nachos team, we talk a lot about ways to increase revenue. But when you're a key resource and sponsor of Dental Nachos, the way Cory and CallForce is, the way you become that is not just helping people increase revenue, but helping them decrease stress or save time. So talk to me about that, Cory. How do you decrease stress with your service and CallForce and insurance verification? And how does that help out, the dentist and their team?
Yep. I mean, this is a multifaceted question, first of all, because let's say you've been on the phone with Delta Dental for 45 minutes and someone else is calling on the other line. Bummer patient moment for that patient. Or someone comes in and you're having to juggle Delta Dental while you're trying to check someone in. Delta Dental comes back on the line. You need to hang up. It causes stress and it just increases the likelihood that you're going to have a bummer moment.
Right. Right.
And so anything that we can do to get patient members or team members streamlined on the patients in the practice to provide a wow moment, I think is a huge win. And to know behind the scenes that you're getting the information that you had before and hopefully even more in a timely manner, so that when you go into that appointment and you click on the patient documents center or you click in the appointment notes, you know exactly what they're eligible for and you're ready to roll into that appointment. And it's built on trust that I don't need to do it, but that I'm only paying a company when they verify. And so they're very incentivized to get the information, get it right, and get it in my center. And we get it 48 hours in advance. If you're not ready that soon and you need to call it in or email it in, we get it ready for that appointment in an urgent manner.
That is excellent. That is excellent. That will really save time, take the pressure off your staff, take the pressure off of you. This is great. This is a great solution. I encourage everybody to just find out, as we say in Dental Nachos. Check out Cory. How does someone reach you? How does someone reach CallForce or you to learn more about this or try it out, or what do you have to offer?
Yep. So I think there's a couple different options. So obviously people can go to our website, www.getcallforce.com. And then second of all, if you did want to learn more about the insurance verifications, we do have a landing page. And if we could have our team and your team post that in the comments right now, it's info.getcallforce/verifications. If people want to click on that link, we're offering the first $150 in verifications for free. And we're also waiving your setup fee.
Like that. So save time, decrease stress, increase revenue. Cory and his team are going to give you $150 worth of verifications for free, and they're going to waive your setup fee. This is what we like to call a nacho brainer. Just find out, check it out. Ariel's put the information in the comments, in the chat. I encourage everybody to just give Cory a try here. Give CallForce a try. Dr. Nacho loves them. There's other dentists who have used them and loved them. And this is just a really good thing to do right now to get your office working even better for 2021. So any parting words, Cory, that you'd like us to know? No,
I think the last thing is obviously we're rolling into January, which is our most heavy verification season naturally. And so it's a great opportunity where we can cover your first 40 plus verifications. So take a look. We have no contracts. We're not into the business of just dragging things down the road, but we want to prove our value to you.
Excellent. Cory, thanks so much. We really appreciate you being here, sharing what CallForce is doing, sharing how you help dentists. This has been great. And everybody, any questions, put them in the Facebook chat. You can also email salsa@dentalnachos.com with any additional questions for the Dental Nachos team. Or if you want us to connect you with Cory, I know Cory, you also are on Facebook a lot, so they can connect with you there. Any other way for them to directly connect with you? Is there an email?
Yeah, my email is Cory, CORY @getcallforce.com. Anyone can email me anytime.
Excellent. Thanks, Cory, and thanks everybody for watching. Hope to talk to you guys again soon.
Thanks, everyone.